Hello and welcome back to DK64, where today we are going to the creepy castle. And also we're apparently going to exceed 80% in this game. Which, hey, that's nice. I feel like there's a few other things that I should be able to reach on that ship right now. And I believe we already did turn in our key. I shouldn't even be swimming because there's a warp pad, but whatever. Where does this shoot us again? Does it shoot us straight into Creepy Castle? It sure does. And looks like Chunky's got something to do out here. Whoops. Okay, good to know. Touching the green stuff kills you. Let's get rid of these guys. So Chunky had to help Lanky. Got it. Where is Lanky going? Just right up here, okay.
Welcome to bonus stage.
I forget whether I said hey Calfor, but hey Calfor, and yeah, I've seen that the review embargo for Stories 3 lifted today. Or at least the preview embargo. Bunch of people who have been given the game weeks in advance, giving their opinions on it. The one thing that I have heard that wasn't something that I learned in the demo is apparently there's just no multiplayer at all. Not just no co-op dens. Which, kinda sad if there's no competitive multiplayer battles. But then again, if we're being honest, like in Stories 2, I did them exactly long enough to get the achievements and then never touched them again. Splat, you say? Okay, Donkey needs to open that and then Diddy needs to get him. Yeah, Calfort, with how much I have been able to sink into the demo for Stories 3, I have every reason to believe that the full game will be satisfying. And I will enjoy myself plenty. Alright, now let's actually get into this creepy castle. Ah, we needed 80 golden bananas. I only had double that amount. Must get out. The Kongs are recovering the blueprints to his stupid machine. That's so, is it? I'd choose your last words more carefully if I were you. What's that? Who's there? Any last requests? Nearly there. I'm almost safe. I think not. So clearly what that Kasplat needs to do is go through the sewer, knock down a canister of volatile gases, and then just shoot it once. That's how you get rid of giant crocodiles. Works every time. So clearly I should have come in here as Donkey. Because Donkey gets all the early bananas and stuff. Wonder how far I'm gonna have to... Whoop. Almost fell there. I wonder how far I'm gonna have to go to find a tag barrel. Maybe in here? There is a tag barrel in here. And since they clearly want Chunky in here, let's do chunky things first. The dithering is very apparent on this fog. Look at that. Chunky's Kasplat isn't even out of the way. It's just on a trail of chunky bananas, leading straight to Candy, who might sell us another melon or instrument upgrade. Either way, Chunky's the richest, so he gets to buy it. Yep. Instrument upgrade. Alright, let's do it. I thought I was gonna have to punch that door down. Oh, and it just leads out the other side, does it? Well, there's a tag barrel over there, so. Though Tiny did have things to grab in there, as did Diddy, but whatever, we'll go back in later. Apparently the lightning still flashes inside the tag barrel. And now to head backward. I wonder, if I just throw myself off the edge... I mean like all the way off the edge... Will that put me at the start of the level? Sure will. And that way, I only have to go one direction. Okay, nothing up there. Just ammo in a pool. Okay. This tree is enterable. Really? That was too high? Well, I believe I've gotten all the coins there are to get in here. And if we're being real, I probably shouldn't have gone for them to begin with. Because I don't need them. But there's a part of me that wants to grab all the collectibles that stay permanently collected. And therefore, I grabbed them. I know I should just fire myself through the goal there, but like, I want to be sure there's nothing else to be collected in here. And indeed, there was nothing else to be collected, so now we just gotta get to and shoot ourselves through the goal. And that opens the tree. Camera, please. And it looks like Chunky is required in here. See chunky coins down there, as well as lanky coins. Missed. How many bananas does Donkey have on this trail? At this point, I'm starting to think it's probably just going to be a flat 30, but still. That's a Diddy barrel. It is rare for there to be this many bananas in a level for one Kong as singles, rather than in bunches or balloons. In fact, I don't think there has ever been a case where we've gotten 40 bananas as singles. Of still getting more. There's Lanky's Kasplat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well then. That was not the place I wanted to fall, clearly. The fact that I splatted on the little moving platform over a pit and was thus doomed to fall in the pit with no recourse. 'Twas not ideal. See that Diddy balloon. Alright, we got another warp pad, so at least we can continue from further up this time. And looks like the bananas swap from donkey to tiny. There's Cranky for us. Pretty sure Chunky is still the richest. Wow, they really do not like putting tag barrels all over in this level. Oh, there's one. I was about to say, they must expect us to always keep going back to the one we've already found. Still not gonna tag just yet. Okay, so there's a donkey switch that we can't hit yet because we don't know how to hit red. There's Snide. That's our 5 warp, which I believe means we found all the warps. Check behind Snide, make sure there's nothing here. There was, in fact, something. So Donkey's got 116 coins. Chunky's got 137. Tiny at 125. Lanky at 129. And Diddy at 117. So yes, Chunky is in fact still the richest. He was at 3? Sure was. Nope, don't want to play Jetpack. Bigga Buttus Bashium.
Took your time getting this one, didn't you, Chunky? You and the other flea-ridden Kongs can now slam the red switches. That's all the potions you're getting, Chunky. Now scram, and then the rest of the text was already gone before I could read it. And we did, in fact, see a Chunky switch in this direction. So let us hit it. Hey there, Nick. Okay, there's a window here. Tiny's got to get in there. There's also a window here for Tiny. There's a switch that we can press. We got some Chunky coins to grab. I believe we can also punch those shields. The question is there an order in which we are meant to punch the shields? Probably. But would it be displayed somewhere in here? Also probably, but I can't see it, so let's see if we can brute force it. What if we go middle? Middle is wrong. What about right? Right is correct. Right, left, middle. Right again? Well then. I'm a genius who definitely knows how to do things legitimately. Oh, a banana. Took that off and threw it because sometimes when you break a boulder, it's got something inside it, but not this time. Excuse me. So now, let us go into the tree with Chunky, since we are, in fact, still Chunky, and the tree is right here. So let's also grab these coins that I believe have no use in the entire game at this point. I think we've bought everything that is purchasable. Oh, I completely missed that switch when I came in here as Donkey. Whatever. Oh. So it wants us to fire from far away. There is still an upgrade we haven't gotten. Yeah. Where'd the balloon go? There it is. Okay, so the upgrade we haven't gotten yet, there's a scope that lets us zoom in. And
being able to zoom in also makes your shots not despawn as close to you, I guess. So we need to find Funky. So, we can at least go back into that tree and have Donkey do donkey things. I love getting hit and losing health while I am in a scene that has taken all control from me. What's down here? Some water. There's no reason not to grab these crystal coconuts. Okay, there is a reason to not grab those crystal coconuts. She is laughing at us right now. I think we need the scope for this too. But I can at least photograph this fairy before we leave. Assuming she gets and stays where I can actually reach her with my camera. Because I'm aimed as high up as I can be right now, and you need to get her inside the central circle. If not on the line in the middle. Ma'am, would you please? There we go. Alright, well, I guess out we go. So, next step, I suppose, is finding Funky. Because there are 2 bananas locked behind that upgrade. We've seen 2 Diddy barrels. They would probably be pretty good for helping us find Funky. But, considering we've gone all the way around and up this castle, I expect that if Funky is to be found, he will be indoors. So flying around outdoors probably won't help us find him. Cheese. Okay, so seems standard melee attacks do not get rid of these flies. Oh, I got that one. Clearly they want us using the homing ammo. That's why they put it all in here. Did we get some respawns or what? Okay, just gotta shoot them as they come at me. There we go. Trash can successfully cleared. Making sure there's nothing else in here. Yep. There doesn't appear to be anything out behind there. So Diddy can get inside there, but we're gonna keep using Tiny for a bit. I wonder how we open that. Okay, Tiny has collected her bananas. I guess since Lanky has the closest switch, let's swap to him. Yeah, it looks like probably another call for the scope here. Yep. So what's this good for? Yes, we can float up, but not to get anything until after we get the scope. So no value to be had here. So if I take the 5 warp and then take the 4 warp, that'll take us to another Lanky button. Ah, the maze. So there is a Lanky barrel that reaching said barrel will help us here. I have not gone the correct way for it, that much is clear. But I have gone the correct way to just get this banana. And are we gonna get a get out? Or Ah. Timer's just gone. Nice. Yeah, these lightning flashes are a little bit too frequent. Again, I apologize to anyone who's photosensitive. But this game was made in the 90s or early aughts. Games this old, they didn't know. Well, that didn't last long. Thankfully, when I'm in the middle, they can't knock me off the edge. Crown obtained. And I believe I just found my way back to the entrance. Just gotta make sure I've visited basically the whole maze to ensure that I have gotten all of the goodies there are to grab in here. The item sprites clearly were not meant to be viewed from such steep angles, because they are nearly invisible at times. Oh, that's an alternate path. Suddenly it's raining inside. So yeah, this is how we were meant to book our way to the banana. Oh, that was the entrance. So I found my way back to the exit. And the barrel to go fast was right near where we started, and I just went the wrong way. But I suppose it could be argued that I went the right way first. I mean, the fact that I got all the bananas I did and also got the gold banana with plenty of time to spare, it can be argued that that means I went the correct way first. Have I been in here?
Yes. Yes, I have. Tiny has cause to go in there. Alrighty, let's get the tiny things in here. I believe they're going to be not exactly close to where we want to go. Or rather, close to where we started. They are close to where we want to go because where we want to go is where they are. That's a whole extra door. Just happens to have Diddy coins in front of it.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Okay, if memory serves, this one was actually fairly challenging. Maybe if you're being reactive instead of proactive, this is challenging, but when you're being proactive like this, it's just a matter of going around in circles. And maybe when I was a kid, I just never bothered to be proactive and always just tried to react to the helps. Yeah, that wasn't hard at all. Just gotta go around in a circle. And since we saw Diddy coins in front of a door, let's bring Diddy out. What have we got here? There's a tag barrel, a donkey switch, a fence for Chunky to bust that hides Diddy things behind it. Okay, and that's not a load screen or anything, it's just a dark void. And we've got a Diddy switch down there. And I believe... Nope, that is not the direction we came from. Is that another donkey switch or is that Lanky? Not sure. But also, Chunky's got to bust some more gates. Look at that, Chunky busted a gate for himself. 2 even. And this is a lanky switch. Well, we've seen a diddy switch, so let's go for that first. Would have been a little more convenient if they put the diddy bananas near the diddy switch and the chunky bananas near the not diddy switch, but whatever. That looks like the type of place where we're gonna want the scope. Yep, we need the scope here. Best I can do without the scope is get that balloon. There we go. And what does this donkey button hide? A matching game. I believe we've seen its like already. And we probably want to make it show donkey. So that is donkey's mouth we've got on the bottom there. It's lanky we've got on the left and the middle right now. There we go. His donkey. And looks like that is all we came in here for. So now let's swap to lanky and see if the lanky switch that we have access to takes us to something we can do without the scope. Looks promising. Okay, we got a bunch of lanky platform, or lanky pads that we need to use to inflate ourselves and go from platform to platform. Man, this would be easier if we could manipulate the camera so that we could see below ourselves, but thankfully they were kind enough to put a chain next to each of the platforms, so we at least have some visual indication of where to drop.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Okay, this one we're gonna have to hope is not rough due to overclocking. I don't know that we can get the red ones.
Thankfully, there's plenty of time. We don't need the red ones. And now to see if I can get far enough off of this pad that it'll let me get this out. Good. Tried to get it out on the last platform before floating over here, but I ended up inflating instead of pulling out my blowgun. And we got all the coins. So we appear to be done in here until we get the scope. And that guy's already had his thing grabbed. We saw Lankies somewhere, didn't we? Where was that? I think it was on this path somewhere. It was on this path somewhere. But now I would like to get back down. And I believe we haven't gone in the place with the donkey pad. Which I think we can reach most effectively if we go to the 5 and then make our way down the castle. Have I gone in there yet? I think I have. Okay. And clouds are in fact solid because this is a video game. Okay, we're getting some homing ammo. So are we expected to deal with these bats, perhaps? I'm noticing a severe lack of books in this library. Ah, there they are. Oh no, we're trapped. Okay, so that opens up the other path. Got it. Is that Cheeto? What are you doing, Cheeto? You're supposed to be helpful. So there's our banana. And we can probably cut the invulnerability now. And what do we get by hitting that? An exit. Well, out we go. Okay. So we're still no closer to finding Funky. Quite the splat. We haven't gone flying anywhere, did he? Let's do that. Considering we have, in fact, seen multiple of his flight barrels. Surely, they must be here for a reason. This looks like a reason.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Where music? What's the point of a minigame barrel if it doesn't have the minigame music? Thought we were doing well, but the timer says we are not.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Yeah, we get the intro music, we get the failure music, but we don't get the actual minigame music. I feel so empty inside playing a minigame in this with no minigame music.
Welcome to bonus stage.
We're doing good this time. I shouldn't have said anything. Thank you. That was too close. After a really good start. I wasn't expecting to still be in flight mode. I also wasn't expecting those to be separate clouds. No, that's a tiny barrel, not a diddy barrel. Though I believe I have seen a second diddy barrel somewhere. I can't help but feel like I'm missing half of this entire level somewhere. Well, let's go in the ballroom, see what's there. Tiny needs to get in here. Time to light some candles. I believe that'll be the second time we've had Diddy do exactly that. Helps if we actually get in the barrel. Also helps if we actually get the bananas. And whose balloon was that? Diddy's. There we go. Ooh, Minecart Mayhem. I believe this particular one took me several tries as a kid. Okay, so I was cornered at that
Welcome
point.
to bonus stage.
Okay, so now we've got some time. And if I can get past this junction in time, all right, we have now got even more time. So we're gonna hang out on the middle for a bit. And now we have to take this junction, but then we can head all the way out, and now we've got plenty of time again. And victory. Okay, so Diddy's got his banana. Tiny has to get in here somehow, but there's a Diddy panel to... or a Diddy pad panel thing. We gotta pound the Diddy switch to get in. Which means that Tiny has to be able to get in via other means, so perhaps that tiny pad there is how she gets in, and she only gets in here to get coins and bananas. That is a possibility. We need to find Tiny a way to get inside the museum. Well, down we go. Might as well use the jetpack to get those Diddy coins. I don't like how few crystal coconuts I have right now. Am I supposed to go to a different level and find Funky to get the scope? Like, does coming here perhaps unlock the scope purchase from Funky in a different level? Maybe. But even so, that wouldn't explain how I'm missing apparently so much of this level. Just in general. Where... have we seen Diddy's Kasplat? I think we've seen Tiny's. I don't think we've seen Diddy's. I wonder if there's something else we're meant to fly to besides just the very top of the castle. There's some platforms down there. Is that just like where we came in, or is it something else? There's ammo down there. And a ladder that we can take. What about this way? Okay, that is to where we came in, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, what if we jump down here? Then we will splat and lose a quarter of a melon. That's fine. Oh, there's a door. And some tiny coins. But what is in the door? That would be Diddy's Kasplat and some Lanky bananas. Alright, so we found a portion of the level that we had not found before. A large portion of it, no less. I spy a Diddy peanut switch as well as a Diddy balloon. We'll have to deal with those at some point. A tiny switch and a lanky switch in front of this. Well, we're lanky right now, so cool. Love losing a melon to that. Or a quarter melon, but still. Love losing health to that. And what have we in here? Well, Lanky's got to shoot that. And then he's got to go fast, I assume? Yep. Easier to go fast if you actually get in the barrel, Lanky. That is not the correct direction. This should take us back to the entrance. Actually, let's stand directly under the barrel before we shoot. Because that way, we just jump and there's no missing. Barely made it. And now we've got some vines to swing on. Lanky showing us how good at levitating he is. So I guess they just put this lanky barrel here in case we want to go back extra fast. Though really it would be faster to go back by just having thrown myself in the green goo. But I don't want to do that. Just because. Okay, so I believe there was a trail of lanky bananas continuing this direction. And there's Funky. As well as some homing ammo. Whose balloon is that? Tiny's. They did not put a tag barrel immediately in front of Funky, so I think we can more quickly reach this one. Lanky's got 142 coins. Diddy has 124. Donkey has 120. Chunky has 142. And Tiny's got 130. So Lanky and Chunky are tied for richness, so let's let Lanky pay. Chunky's young, got his whole life ahead of him. He needs some savings. So now we've got the sniper. Wow, you Kongs are all handling seriously cool shooters now. They've just gained a sniper mode, so you can see and shoot farther. Enter aiming sight mode and press C right to zoom in, and C left to zoom out again. Press Z to slow down the movement. Whoa, Lanky, you totally cleaned me out. That's your lot from this crazy monkey. Go knock some lizard heads. Crocodilians are not lizards. Well, let's go back in here, swap to Tiny. Get her balloon. We still haven't found her entrance into the museum. I guess this wasn't that far from where Funky was, but still. I believe it was, in fact, faster to go in the boss portal and use the tag barrel there. Well, that doesn't help us get the balloon. Also, apparently there's more than just Diddy. So yeah, that balloon is not gettable while aiming that direction if you have homing ammo. Oh. The thing closed again. So everyone has somewhere they can go in this area. Ooh, and this one's big enough to have warps. You know, Diddy's switch to get in was on the left. I'm going to assume that means everything for Diddy is on the left. It seems my assumption may not be as wise as I thought it might be. It still might. But it's looking less like this is just a left and right type deal and more like this is a maze type deal. Well, we found Diddy Bananas and a peanut switch, so that's something. Okay, we've got some things to bonk with our head. Now, do we bonk them in numerical order, or is there some code? Seeing no numbers printed anywhere other than on the buttons, I have only to assume that we hit them in numerical order. So the fact that they come back out after being bonked in suggests that there are, in fact, codes to enter here. But numerical order gets us a banana. So we'll have to keep an eye out for sequences of numbers printed on walls or paintings or such like. So we tried left and then left. But what about left and then right? Okay, there's a donkey pad. And was there another break? Fork, rather. Another fork after going left. No, there was not. There was only more left. So I assume if we go right from the start, we will find the chunky things. And sure enough, we will. Though the chunky pad doesn't have chunky bananas over it. How unfair. Well, Diddy's done in here. So now let's donkey it up. And we can just take the 2 warp straight to the donkey section. And then accidentally warp again when trying to get out my shooter. Game. Apparently, I have to either be farther away or use up all of my homing ammo. Okay, we've got a DK balloon. And the wall says left side we do close and far, and right side we only do close. Be real nice if we didn't have... Oh. Okay, so I guess there's an order to them. We do close left, close right, then far left? Kind of rude to show us which ones that we need to hit, but not inform us that there is an order to it. And that looks like it might end up being a minecart ride. And sure enough, it does. Okay, survive the ghost train and collect 25 coins to be a winner. Oh, I think I remember this one. Watch out for gravestones and the resident demon. So if memory serves, this one we are going to go one direction, and then we are eventually going to turn around and come out the other way. Okay, well, we're at least going to be looking the other way for this. Kind of a shame it makes it so we can't see any coins coming, but... Oh. I did not read that as he was doing a cross wipe. I feel like we need more of a wind up to the cross wipe or something to show which side is unsafe. Either way, I have enough coins right now. We just need to hold on to them. And yep, we are about to go back the way we came. So now we've got a bunch of coins and we need to keep them on the way out. Going kind of slow through those tight sections. Don't want to end up hitting anything that would have been avoidable. How did I get hit there? I believe we have succeeded. Because we only needed 25 coins, not 50. Quick, grab this banana. I want to get out of this spooky hole, boy. Alright. I'm not going to complain about a minecart banana that I only take one try for. Now we gotta bring Chunky in there. And we get to just step on panel number 3. And what have we here? We've got some things to punch. I found it.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Okay, Searchlight Seek. Isn't that the second one of those we've done on this level? I mean, it's a relatively easy minigame, so like, there are definitely worse things it could have been. Though apparently these claptraps are actually booking it. Okay, we do not have a lot of time to get this last one. And we did not get him. Alright, time to try that again.
Welcome to bonus stage.
At least we get the music for this minigame. Like, the music's the best part of the minigames. Having that one where we just didn't get music was so sad. There we go. Plenty of time left on the clock that time. We can get high enough to get on that, so yep. Or wait, there's a platform. So, what did I disturb them for? Nothing at all? I was expecting to get at least something for doing that, but nope. Just the vengeful dead. So Chunky's still got 10 bananas to find, probably in a balloon. As well as 2 golden bananas to find here, right? Yeah. One of them is going to be in the tree because we needed the scope for that. Did Chunky need the scope in the museum as well? I don't recall. Either way, it's tiny time. So we know Tiny goes to the right. Ah, yes. I remember flying from hand to hand. Ah, and the hands sink. Well, that wasn't too bad. Looks like that's all there was for Tiny in here, so out we go. So I do believe that means that this section is now done. So out we go. Still need to find a way for Tiny to get into the museum. Among other things.
where we visited this direction. There's some chunky coins, though. And some lanky coins up a tree. So Lanky, I believe, is done in Creepy Castle until such a time as he finds more coins. Am I correct in that? No, Lanky also has banana to get, probably because it needed a scope. Diddy needs 25 regular bananas and 1 golden banana, which I believe needed a scope, yes. Donkey needs a scope for 1 golden banana and then he's done, and he's got his scope. Chunky needs a bunch of stuff. Tiny needs a golden banana and some 30 regular bananas and her blueprint. So still plenty to find here. Well, there's Tiny's to splat, as well as some donkey coins, because can't have that spot be for just 1 Kong, no sir. Well, while we've got Chunky near the tree, let's have him go inside. Gotta bust this down again.
Welcome to bonus
Oh
stage.
no, it's, I believe, the final beaver bother. And being a beaver bother, the beavers are bothering me in not going into the hole. Like, why did those ones not go in the hole? I do not understand. Like, it seems they want to go in at kind of oblique angles. But they should never just get caught on the lip. And yet that one went straight in. I don't get it. I do not understand what governs whether a beaver goes in the hole or not. This is the one minigame where it really feels like it's the minigame itself that doesn't work as you would expect it to. And not like, oh, I just did badly. Like, yeah, there's a few. The one with the fly swatter, the hit detection doesn't feel great sometimes. But at least you know that if you swatted the fly, you swatted the fly. Whereas here, if you scare the beaver straight at the hole, sometimes it just doesn't go in. Sometimes it does.
Anyway, we absolutely don't have time this time. Gonna have to try again.
Welcome to bonus stage.
And just because of the timer, we have to average one beaver in every 4 seconds. Which is not easy. Yeah, this is another failed attempt. There will be many of those. To my memory, this beaver bother is in fact the hardest minigame in the entire game to actually succeed at. Especially when none of them go in the stupid hole. I'm sorry, but if it's been 20 seconds and no beavers have gone in the hole, I go in the hole. Just, that's how it's gotta be. Go in the hole, you stupid beavers! I really, really do wish that this minigame functioned as you would expect it to. Like, if a beaver is moving towards the hole and you scare it towards the hole, it should go in the hole. Oh, I just gotta average a pace of better than one beaver every 2 seconds now. I don't think we're getting it this time. Even if we did get some rapid beavering in the last bit there, we still need it to be that pace like the whole time.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Get in the hole! Okay. Get in. Okay. 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 All right, we did it. That took a lot less tries than I expected it to. And I am glad it is done forever. I swear, I was like 2 more failures away from looking up online to see if there are any particularly effective strategies. Let's go back into the museum just to confirm whether or not we did get everything Chunky can get in there. Ah. We need to remember that Diddy Balloon. Because I believe that's all the bananas Diddy has left to find. Would have been nice if I remembered the library was, or the museum was past the 2. Past the 3 even. Oh, no, we did get what was in here. So we just don't know how to get Tiny into here. Well, I hear the other banana fairy. But Chunky has nothing to do here. So his last golden banana and 10 regular bananas are elsewhere. Might as well get the Diddy Balloon while it is fresh in my memory. Dang it. Hey Diddy, maybe grab onto that and stay on it. Gonna wait for this to collapse again. I don't know when it last fixed itself. Okay, that wasn't a long wait. We might have been able to make it across. Actually, we definitely could have, but I didn't want to fall again. Okay. Whoop. On the subject of not wanting to fall again. There. And no, those weren't the last balloons Diddy needed. It's possible there's another entrance for him to fly to. But that's just a possibility, whereas it's a certainty that we can go inside that tree and get Donkey a golden banana. I assume I'm going to have to raise the water level one more time. Yep, looks like that'll do it. Okay, now all Donkey has left to get in this level is a few coins that I know where to find. At least I know what the place where to find them looked like. Where to actually find them, I've clearly forgotten their exact location, but I know that if I keep going this way along this level, we will eventually get to them. There they are. Okay, so it's near the Diddy barrel. And now we need to take Tiny over there to get her blueprint. We can also grab Tiny's coin there. Coins. I wonder, can we just fly over from here? No, we cannot. That is way too far.
Alright, here we are. And that's all the blueprints collected in this level, and possibly period. Actually, no, there's still some blueprints that we haven't collected in DK Isles. So Tiny does need to find a way into the museum. But beyond there, I don't know what, if anything, there is for her to do. She's still got to find 30 more bananas. So there's definitely stuff for her. It's just a matter of finding it. Yeah, there is a second Dindy barrel. You know what? Let's take that. So this is clearly the barrel we were meant to use to get over here, which means maybe the other barrel I was meant to use for some other reason. And have we gone in here yet? Yeah, that's the ballroom. We've been in the ballroom. Okay, well, let's head down. So where was the Diddy thing we had to shoot that was too far? Or that we needed the scope for, rather. I do not recall. But we do need to find our way to it at some point. Surely this Diddy barrel exists for a reason. Let's find out what it is. It's just the entrance to the level. Well, there's some bananas. Is this barrel just here to get us Diddy bananas and Diddy coins? Might be. Yet it's remarkably close to the other Diddy barrel. Didn't mean to land, but honestly, probably for the better that I did. Don't want to waste every crystal coconut we've got. Was it the ballroom where we needed Diddy to be able to have his scope? I don't think it was. The ballroom was where we lit candles, right? No, it was the different spot, the like... Ah, I know where it is.
honestly probably shouldn't jump there. But if we take the 1, or if we just jump in here, it's through the door that was in here. I recall now. Okay, Diddy switch is there. Yes, this is the correct place. Ah, gives us chains to swing on, I see. But that just gets us a gold banana. We still have 10 non-gold bananas to find. And I already hit the Diddy balloon. There's probably another Diddy balloon hiding somewhere that I'm not aware of. It would make sense. I believe we already got the Diddy bananas that were down here. Yes, we did. Maybe in the place with the casket with the numbers on it, there were, in fact, other codes we could do that would open the sarcophagi around the edges. And one of those, or maybe 2 of them, would have bunches of bananas in them. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Though if that's the case, maybe it's for if you just don't enter 1, 2, 3, 4. Or perhaps there are specific codes written somewhere in the level for it, but either way, I wouldn't be surprised if that was where Diddy's last bananas lived. How do we get there? Well, we can use this. And apparently, there is an invisible wall very close to the edge of this path. Let's not use every crystal coconut we have. So, in here... And then I believe it's to the left. Yes, it is to the left. So let's go enter some sequences of numbers that are not 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there are 2 other sarcophagi. So what about 4, 3, 2, 1? Oh, nope, just hitting 4 out of nowhere gets it open, which, you know what? That's fine by me. That's the 10 bananas we need. So Diddy is now done on this level, unless... Oh, it opened both. Nice, so getting it wrong just opens both, and thus unlocks all of the things. Alright, Diddy is done unless we find more coins for him. So that means I believe Diddy is done, Donkey is done, Chunky still needs 10 bananas, Tiny still needs a lot, and Lanky still needs a banana. That comes from using his scope somewhere. I do not recall where Lanky needs to use his scope. Maybe it's in the topmost place we need to use the... or need to have him found for. This isn't the way I want to go. So if I take the 5, that'll take me up top where Lanky's panel is. This is where we needed it. Okay. So let's hit that. And let's not throw a grenade. Let's hit that. And are those the only 2, or is there a 3rd? There must be a 3rd. Nope. I didn't mean to inflate. Ah, yes, because that set of bars would definitely block wind. So why did we need to be able to float? It looked to me like, really, another beaver bother? Oh no. This one's also get 15. And this is probably not the attempt. Close. Only needed 3 more.
Welcome to bonus stage.
I will not be sad when I'm done with Beaver Bother for this entire run. Okay, I'm a little behind, but not far. And I believe I've caught up, and we are now ahead. Just need to try and keep that lead. Get in! This beaver here just refuses to go in the hole.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Barely. Oh, can I have that? Do I need to... Rude that cost me health. I guess I need to float again. There we go. We have bananed. Rude that cost me health again. Why is the floating panel there? If the wind is always there and you don't need to float to make the wind carry you. Why let Lanky inflate himself just like a balloon? Just making sure there's nothing behind Snides. And let's see what happens here. As always, we turn the crank. Really, it's the ship again. Oh, but then it leads to the kick, which leads to the punch. Okay, so we get 3 things. Not all of the things, but 3 of the things. And Lanky is done with blueprints forever. So are Chunky and Tiny once they turn theirs in. But Diddy and Donkey still need to find their blueprints in DK Isles. Anyway, I'm not going to be turning blueprints into that particular Snide ever again, because that one takes longer than any of the others. Okay, so DK and Diddy are both done. Or no, Diddy isn't. Or yes, Diddy is. Tiny isn't. And was Lanky done? Lanky was done. So Tiny and Chunky are the only ones who have things left to do in this level. And I don't know where to do them. Like, there's... Chunky needs a banana and a balloon. Tiny needs a banana and a gold banana and several non-gold bananas. She needs to find her way into the museum. Like, there's got to be a monkey port pad somewhere. We've seen a monkey port pad in a place that only Diddy can open, which isn't helpful for Tiny, which means it's probably the exit point of a monkey port pad. Unless... if we have Diddy open the ballroom, will it close before we swap to Tiny? It won't. Alright, well, that answers one question. Okay, and it looks like this will be where Tiny gets her last gold banana. Where is the fairy? There she is. And this takes us to the other side, I imagine? Yep.
Okay, Tiny's done collecting regular bananas. Why is there a pedestal in here? What is it for? Maybe whatever Tiny does in the other place makes it break, and that's where the banana lives. Looks like we need to get small. There's a barrel up there for doing so. Okay, wasn't expecting to be in the factory again. Hey Tiny, it's me again. I've managed to get hold of another shiny banana. But if you can beat me in another 2-lap race and get 10 coins, it's all yours. Press Z to speed up and use the control stick to steer. Ready? Here we go. Steering is very squirrely. And he didn't tell us to press A to cheat. I don't remember how many coins we needed. That's lap 1 down. So this lap, we need to actually beat him. Which we can do this. No, we can't do this. Okay, well then. We are allowed to cheat by skipping checkpoints, but I guess we have to get close enough to them for it to count as a miss before we actually skip them. Can't just skip multiple. And it looks like we don't lose coins if he bonks us, so... We do lose coins if we hit those. Did not see that. I think we only need 10 coins, though. Which means we should still be okay. I just have to grab this one. And not lose any more. Rude. Crashing into me after the race is already done. Oh, it's not fair. You can't have beat me and got enough coins. I suppose you'll be wanting my only possession now. Yes, I do want your only possession. Because it was never yours. It was stolen. Okay, so that did not, in fact, create a banana on a pedestal over there. But Tiny is done. So... I guess she's done. So now we gotta find where Chunky's last banana and bananas live. Considering how much I've gone around this level already, I think I'm going to briefly consult my memory and nothing else. Just my memories. No other things. Definitely not. We're gonna let Tiny play with orange grenades in the process. Ah, yes, everyone knows that there was a small shack near the greenhouse. Yep. We remember seeing that. And the greenhouse was, I believe, at 3? No, Cranky was at 3. The greenhouse was at 4? Yes. Ah, yeah, we never came in here. It was too connected to the room that Lanky went in. And apparently if we hold still for too long, bats will hit us here. But not if we are invisible. Yes, if we are invisible. They have to be invisible and on the pad? I don't see what invisibility has to do with anything. Well, good job homing things. Got the balloon. Oh, you know what? This'll be better than trying to shoot them all. And with that, we have gotten all of the things. Other than potentially some coins that I missed somewhere, but as much as I do want to have all of the coins collected, I don't need them. And if I haven't seen them, they don't exist, so we've gotten all the coins. There we go. Problem solved. I think they make us start this fight as Lanky. If memory serves. But it also doesn't really matter because all of the Kongs are usable in it. But I'll have Lanky deliver the last bananas just in case it starts us as him. And there we go, boss unlocked. And it does make us start as Lanky. Hooray, my memory served. Now for the most intimidating boss of them all, the K. Rool cutout. So, this is the only boss where there's a tag barrel, as far as I remember. And it's here because if we miss a cannon shot, we lose the Kong who missed. Was that a fake? Ah, yeah, there's a dark one and a light one. And we need to hit the light one. Which is this one. Annoying that we have to swim back every time. Ah, yes. Now for the timing section. So he goes around more than a full loop. I need to take advantage of that. But I also need to at least have some idea of where he's starting. Thankfully, once you launch yourself, he does not continue moving while you are in flight. Though, gotta be faster on the draw than that. Got eyes on two spots. There we go. And there we go. His head is gone, which means I believe he is done. Considering it was in pieces before the fight started, why don't they just put it back together? Alright, well, that's another boss down. I only lost 2 Kongs in the process. Lanky and tiny, you will be missed. They'll also come right back as soon as we hit a tag barrel, so it's really, they're not missing. Actually, before I exit the level, Creepy Castle is done, except for getting bananas from Snide. Crystal Caves is done. Fungi Forest is done. Gloomy Galleon is done. Frantic Factory is done. Angry Aztec is done. And Jungle Japes is done. So yeah, we've just got things to get in DK Isles. And we might as well give K. Lumsy his next key. And that is the entrance to Hideout Helm. Though we want to finish collecting blueprints before we go there. And we also want to visit Angry Aztec. Slobby. I've tried carrying a rock in there before, right? Because I know we need a rock in there. But I don't think we were able to carry it in. Indeed, we were not. So yeah, that makes that appear, but then it hovers up too high to reach. Barely. And so Diddy needs help. I don't know how to make that lower. But even if I did, it would just show us Chunky's hint, right? That's not super helpful. What I need is a rock. A rock to put on this. Oh, or maybe I didn't need a rock. Maybe I just needed to get big and then pound it. I just never killed those bees before, I guess. Okay, but that's not what I was hoping to have happen. At least it's not everything I was hoping to have happen. I was hoping that we'd get a Diddy barrel or something. Because Diddy's got to be able to get into that. I do not understand. What am I missing here? Match the symbols and put the Kongs on the podiums with what? Put the jugs on the podiums with Chunky. Yeah, we've already done that. That's a hint for inside Angry Aztec, not a hint for out here. Where Diddy just barely can't jump high enough. Like, my only idea is maybe there's supposed to be a Diddy pad that lets us do his high jump. Or a Diddy barrel that lets us fly. But I have seen no such things here. We don't bust through that to make anything appear. So, how? How do I get high enough to reach that? It's nothing to do with anything in here. We have learned that. So then, how? I've looked all around. I didn't see any things to shoot anywhere. I don't see any vines we can swing on. Diddy has to be able to reach that. Right? Or maybe Diddy doesn't have to be able to reach it. Maybe Tiny has to be able to reach it. Not from the floor, but maybe with a ponytail twirl, pigtail twirl, whatever. Twirl. Ah, yes. Diddy does not have to be able to reach it.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Hopefully we get minigame music for this Big Bug Bash. Nope. Why are the Big Bug Bashes silent? Like this... We've done one before where it wasn't silent, so I can only assume that this is not intended and something is going wrong. Either way, we win. Probably, maybe the overclock is just making it go past a load trigger for the music too fast or something. Either way, that's done now. But that's not all there was to do. So there's a few entrances to that ship that we haven't been in. Those will definitely have bananas and things for us. That big X is probably for Chunky to pound. Was there... There was a banana in the Crystal Caves entrance, but we already got it as Diddy. There were also other bananas that we got as Donkey. So I I don't recall there being anything we were unable to get in there. Gotta love when the camera turns around on you. Alright, let's grab Chunky and go look at that big X. Over there. Gonna swim there because swimming is way faster than running, especially for Chunky. Feel like maybe we need to be Hunky Chunky. Which would mean there has to be a chunky barrel not too far, right? We already got this chunky banana. Oh, you know what? I think maybe the Hunky Chunky barrel is inside of that, and it breaks open when we give the last key. That's a possibility. Okay, behind Fungi Forest entrance, there's just film. Inside, we can go ahead and take a quick look. There is a mushroom on the roof. And there's also a switch for someone to shoot. Tiny. Which releases a banana fairy. A rather sprightly one. Okay, and I think this mushroom we're supposed to shoot. I mean, it's surely here for a reason. Looks like Tiny's projectiles bounce off it. Okay, I'm gonna need you to repeat that, Wrinkly. Don't throw a coin in the well, throw chunk. Yeah, we've done that. I'm sure most, if not all of these are gonna be hints for inside Fungi Forest. But on the off chance that one of them is for out here, I could stand to learn what I'm meant to do with that mushroom. 2 on 132. I mean, that was written inside the level. We didn't need Wrinkly to tell us that out here. Take an aerial trip to the top of the giant mushroom. Yep, we did that. Tiny will need Chunky's help to enter the barn after dark. Yep, she sure did. But that's already been done. The banana colors will give Lanky a clue in one of his rooms at the top of the giant mushroom. Yeah, okay. So, none of these were for out here. They were all for inside the level, but if I had to guess as to which Kong had to do a thing with a weird object, why, it would be Lanky. And yet, Lanky does not appear to have anything to do with that mushroom. Surely, there is a moving mushroom on the ceiling for a reason. But we don't have any Kongs who can climb walls or walk on ceilings. So the only thing I can think to do with this is have someone shoot it. Not Chunky. Let's get a place where there's a better shot. Okay, Diddy is not the answer, so if Donkey isn't the answer, then I don't know what to do about that mushroom, but there's a whole bunch of ammo here. There's the moving mushroom, like, there's gotta be something to it, right? And yet there does not appear to be anything to it. It's red. Red implies Diddy. I already hit it with Diddy. At least I'm pretty sure I did, but couldn't hurt to try and hit it better. Ah! Maybe we need to hit it from that platform. With the correctly colored Kong. That seems to be the answer. All right. Kind of lame that you have to do it from the shooting platform instead of from anywhere you can shoot it at. But, whatever. Okay, Chunky next. And now Tiny. Which reveals a Chunky thing. Would have been nice if they had us end on Chunky instead of Tiny, but whatever. So now there's probably an invisible... Ah. That's not a banana. I was going to say that this wasn't going to be any trouble at all because there were no Kasplats. There are Kasplats, they just wait to show up. It's not like Kasplats are that hard to deal with, you just need to actually respect them more than you respect the other enemies. So I was kind of hoping for a golden banana from shooting that mushroom. But it seems I hoped in vain. This pad to turn Chunky invisible is only to reveal the hidden arena pad. But at least we got something out of this. So now... let's hop into the sea. Making sure there's nothing fancy on top of the tree. Is there anything besides orange grenades in the water here? Well, fish, but I meant anything collectible. Okay, so we've checked out the entrances to Jungle Japes a while ago. Chunky had to throw a boulder in there. We checked out the entrance to Angry Aztec and got a banana for Tiny. We've checked the entrance to Frantic Factory and gotten something, right? I guess I'll have to check again. Gloomy Galleon had the blue panel, which I believe we did go back to hit. Fungi Forest, we just checked. Crystal Caves, we've checked. Creepy Castle was earlier today. But I suppose let's go check Jungle Japes again, just to be super certain. Yeah, there's this. And I believe we played Lanky's instrument there, but let's just make super sure. And yep, we are done in here. So let's go to Frantic Factory, both to check its entrance for bananas and also because Frantic Factory happens to be the place where I believe we get the fastest snide checks. Okay, so there was a lever to pull, which I believe just activated this. I don't know that we played the bongos up here. Let's find out. And there was also that to smash, which I'll have to have Chunky smash it again just to be sure. And we have, in fact, already played these bongos. So, Chunky, let's have you smash that box. And it revealed a Kasplat that we've already defeated. Really wish this was skippable. Oh, nope. Frantic Factory is not the fast one. Does that mean it's Gloomy Galleon that's got the punch? Unfortunately, Gloomy Galleon is not as fast to reach Snide in. I suppose if we're trying to balance quickness of reaching snide with quickness of snide animation, I think maybe Angry Aztec wins. But I mean, hey, this one does have a finger. We like fingers. I got 10 of them myself. Most of them are really useful. Some of them are less useful than others, but I don't hold that against them. And I believe Donkey still has to turn in a blueprint. Yep. Does he still have to find his DK Isles Kasplat? He does still have to find his DK Isles Kasplat, so let's actually hold off. Because Donkey's gonna have to do another snide turn in after that anyway. And I'm betting his Kasplat is gonna be in one of these entrances that we haven't checked. It might even be inside the Hideout Helm entrance. But that would be weird. Though maybe the Hideout Helm entrance isn't like the entrance. Maybe it's like with Creepy Castle. You launch yourself up there and then you discover that there's a portal to actually go into the level part of it. Cool. Would have liked to actually hit one of those. Oh, hello. Maybe it's best that I didn't hit one of those. Whose pad was that? Can't see it from here, but it was definitely somebody's. My guess is tiny. Oh, there's a snide here.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Time for another barrel bandit. Okay, we actually got music. Wow, that went 2 reels.
Welcome to bonus stage.
I've never had it go 2 icons before. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. There we go. And I guess Chunky gets to do another arena thing because it is covered in a rock. This is just a repeat of the one we did in the castle. Game, it'd be really nice if every time I held B, you actually charged up the... Really? So we landed in the arena, but because Chunky gets up by launching himself backwards even further, we fell. Of course, none of it would have happened if the game just charged up every time I held B instead of only sometimes. The hitbox on Chunky's charge move lingers for a long time after the visuals go. Like, until he is done getting back to neutral from his burp animation. If an enemy touches him, it still dies. I wish I could cancel this charge. Well, we may still need to get one more blueprint for Donkey, but we can turn in the one he's got and see what the animation for Snide here is. As always, we spin the crank, and we get the finger. So just like Frantic Factory, does anything happen when the finger presses the button? It makes the boat go, so that is now 3 Snide, or no, 2 Snides where the boat goes. And then the kick, I believe that is 3 for the kick. Oh, and then the hammer. And then the punch. Okay, so this one just does all of them. Alright, so whose panel was down here? It was... Tiny. So we have got to bring Tiny back there. Let's just
make absolutely certain we did in fact hit the blue switch at Gloomy Galleon. Yes, we did. And that Kasplat's hair has turned white, so certainly ain't donkeys. I think the one gets us closer to her pad than anything else. I mean, certainly closer than any other warps do, but I think also closer than just... closer faster than swimming. Okay, we got a banana fairy up here. Missed. Missed. Got her that time. And we can play our instrument here. And I'm guessing this is just going to make Squawks throw a banana at us. Yep. Wait. Oh. Well, now we've got a Hunky Chunky and a banana. So with that Hunky Chunky, we should be able to pound the big X. But since we have come up here, let's at least look around a little. All right, we have looked around a little. So that monkey port was mandatory. Good to know. So if we come in here, does it take us straight into Hideout Home? It does not. There is, in fact, still an entrance. They've given us homing ammo. And that is indeed Donkey's guy, Kasplat, with the final thing. Whoops. So, what is Chunky? Ah, Chunky is turning invisible to show us vines. Oh no, we need 100 bananas. How will I ever manage? I believe this is the last bonus stage we get in the entire game. And there we go. Actually, no, there's still a good handful of bananas that could come from bonus stages.
I know, B-Locker. I've already got all the bananas. I don't need you to be here. What I need is for Donkey to figure out how to get there. Which I suppose is going to at least partially hinge on Donkey getting over to the other side and shooting the thing with his coconut gun to open it up. Maybe there'll be a Donkey pad behind there. I was trying to pull out my shooter, not to work. Oh. I was expecting that to open the door, but I guess the door was already opened by us clearing away B-Locker. Well, now to grab the last blueprint in the game. That is all the banana fairies. We've gotten them. So let's go visit Snide one last time. Probably would be faster to just go inside Frantic Factory and visit the one there, but we're gonna visit this one again. So, turn the crank, move the finger, enable the fan, cause a kick, swing the hammer, punch the fist. I remembered the order. Bonus. Oh. Yeah, no. But hey, we can do all the mini games we want now. I'm good. I'm good. So we need to take Chunky to the Hunky Chunky barrel. Which is on that island. And now that him big, we go over to the X and pound it. Which then breaks that, okay. That banana seems oversized. I don't believe we need to stay embiggened. We were probably closer to it before I swam back to land. Alright, just 2 more bananas to find in DK Isles. So, one with Lanky, one with Diddy. Let's see here. If I were a banana, where would I be? If I were a lanky banana, I might be in the ocean, but you know what? I bet if I played it smart, I'd be able to suss things out better. So Diddy is missing a banana here. We got the one in Snide HQ. I'm pretty sure we got the one up by Fungi Forest. The one that used the rocket barrel. Yes, we have gotten this one. Maybe there's another one we can reach with rocket barrel. It would be weird if the only use of a rocket barrel was to go slightly farther than we can jump. Ah, yep.
Welcome to bonus stage.
All right, so this could be our last Well, I've let 2 fairies be eaten, but I believe we have won at this point. Kinda cruel that they let fairies continue to be eaten after the game is over. Alright, so now we've just got a lanky banana to find. Splat. Wait a sec. Was there? Is there something in here? Oh. There was something in here. I don't think I ever checked it out. Okay, so we have a ring stand sprint. Why for? Ah, so we can sprint over that and back. So that's 200 golden bananas. So if we look at our totals here. DK Isles, done. Jungle Japes, done. Angry Aztec, done. Frantic Factory, done. Gloomy Galleon, done. Fungi Forest, done. Crystal Caves, done. Creepy Castle, done. So we've only got Hideout Helm and the final boss left. I don't have time to do those today. But what I do have time for is, I don't know if going back to the Banana Ferry right now accomplishes anything, but I'm going to. I don't recall whether there were banana fairies inside Hideout Helm. If there were, then we've still got a few to find. If not, then we are able to get the rare banana now. So let's find out. She's still crying, so I'm guessing we're not done. Okay, no rare banana for us until after Hideout Helm. But that is gonna have to be it for this stream, so thanks folks for dropping by, and I will be back tomorrow to finish this game. If that's okay with you, is that okay?
Okay.
Good. See you then, friends.